Team from California to win the World Championship. Nice going. New trend in travel, staying in homes instead of hotels to save money.
We call on Kurtis with the value and the risks.
Yeah, people are advertising online, letting people stay in their own homes. Now, it is a way to make money or find a room much cheaper than a hotel. But is it safe?
It's a good opportunity to actually meet foreigners.
Romero Bernardo says he makes between $40 and $45 per room when he rents out his 2 spare bedrooms inside his Sacramento home. It puts extra money in his pocket and is much cheaper for his guests.
It saves them a lot of money, and they feel like they don't have to pay for every single thing like Wi-Fi.
This is my room here.
Talon Actemir from Australia is renting out a spare bedroom in Seth Porges' Brooklyn condo for $90 a night, getting access to a full kitchen, food, toiletries, access to a rooftop deck, and her own private balcony with a city view.
I'm having the local experience, and that's what I was after. I didn't want to be a tourist. I did want to live like a local New Yorker.
Seth says his spare room is booked about 28 days out of the month, which adds up to more than $30 grand a year.
When you rent out your room by the night, you can make a lot more money than renting out by the month. So being an Airbnb host can make a lot more money than if you're renting out the room to a roommate full time.
Airbnb is just one of many websites taking advantage of the short-term vacation rental market. But these sites do not do background checks. A San Francisco woman blogged a guest burglarized her apartment, and an Oakland guy says a drug addict he rented to took an axe to his doors.
Think about it, you're bringing a stranger into your home.
Ellie Seidman of travel site Oyster.com says private homes cannot offer the security hotels can.
In the vast majority of cases, everybody's a great person. But unfortunately, society, whether it's here in the U.S. or abroad, there are exceptions.
Airbnb announced it's rolling out new consumer protections and will cover up to $50,000 in damages and thefts for hosts.
I do feel very comfortable.
Romero enjoys hosting international visitors and says he always feels safe because he talks with his renters first and checks their references.
As a host, I'm basically in control of who I invite to my home before I let them in.
Well, some cities, including New York City, have banned these short-term rentals. We checked with the city of Sacramento. It has not. The county of Napa does have a ban. Airbnb does say problems are rare, and it has a trust and safety center on its website.
So why do the cities ban it anyway?
You know, we checked with Napa, and they told us they did it because they want people to stay in their hotels. They were very upfront with that. But I imagine there's some tax issues, too. I mean, you probably need to start counting the stuff as income, and maybe not everybody's doing that.
Ding, 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 the dollar signs. In most cases, actually.
If you could trust the people coming into your home, it sounds like a great idea. But really, how can you trust everybody
I'm with
who
you
comes
on
into
that.
your home? Yeah,
I'm with you.
Okay,
a little
thanks,
concerned.
Kurtis.
All right, if you have a consumer problem you can't resolve, maybe we can. You can call our hotline Monday through Friday, or you could always go to our website, cbssacramento.com, click on Contact Kurtis, and fill out our form.
That's why I don't let you guys come over to my house.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
It's a
I was
good
going to say the
reason,
one
Dave.
person we can trust
I've checked your references.
I don't blame you one bit.
to check that kind of
So
thing
you're
out
gonna
is
say the
you.
one
Well, I
person?
was going to say we trust you as a weatherman, but I'm not going to say that
No,
anymore. So.
that's coming
I'm
off
taking
the
that back,
table
reeling
now.
it back in. Yeah.
Well, you can trust that we're going to cool down a little bit tomorrow from the daytime highs we saw today. Averages should be the low 90s, and we'll be in the upper 80s and low 90s for tomorrow, so that's not too bad. We topped out at 96 this afternoon around Sacramento, 94 around Stockton, 95 in Modesto, about a 93 for Somerset, and 86 around Pollock Pines. Let's take a quick peek here at our current conditions. The Delta breeze is really starting to pick up in spots out there, so that's why the current temperatures are dropping down a little bit compared to yesterday. It's a good indication that we do have some cooling on the way. 68 this hour in Sacramento, 70 for Stockton, 76 Modesto, 74 around Marysville. The humidity and the rest of the numbers are there for you at 56%. The winds are southwest at 13 with some stronger gusts near Executive Airport. So, as I said, a good indication that we're starting to see that overall cooling and that change as we bring in that Delta breeze. So bottom line is we have a little system going by to the north right up here. That'll knock down the overall heights in the atmosphere. So that's going to help to cool us some. And then we, of course, have the onshore push, which is the Delta breeze. That is increasing the pressure gradient from San Francisco into the Central Valley. And when that increases, you get stronger winds. Low clouds are over toward the west. They're going to thicken up a bit. Maybe Wednesday morning will actually push them all the way into, say, the Sacramento area. But at least you can see the drops in the heights here. You can see this trough over the top of us. So we bring in those low clouds for Wednesday. That should be the coolest day on the 7-day forecast. So Sacramento, we're forecasting about maybe 88, 89 degrees. And then the ridge comes back in as we go toward the end of the work week and we get into the beginning of the next month. But we're talking daytime highs running in the mid-90s at the warmest. So it looks like we're going to wrap up August triple-digit free for the entire month. And we don't have any 100s on the 7-day forecast as we begin September. So some good stuff out there. 93 the forecasted high tomorrow for Modesto. Morning low at about 61. Feeling pretty good around Stockton. 91 tomorrow there. Lodi 91. Elk Grove 91. Maybe 89 for Vacaville. About 90 around Sacramento. So right around the seasonal range for the tail end of August. A little warmer up to the north. Upper 90s. 98 for Redding. 97 there for Red Bluff. Gold Country good looking Tuesday. Temps will run from the 80s on into the low 90s. So the temperature tomorrow in Auburn should top out at around 93 degrees. 85 around Grass Valley. Higher elevations, lots of sun up there, looking good. Upper 70s, low 80s in a lot of spots, maybe about 82 around South Lake Tahoe. So those numbers are pretty pleasant. Low 80s for the Valley floor there in Yosemite. Some patchy fog for the morning hours, and that would give way to partly cloudy skies right along the coast. Mid 60s, San Francisco and Monterey. Low 80s around Fairfield, so that's pretty nice. And we're talking low 90s around Clear Lake. And the 7-day forecast, as we said, is triple-digit free. In fact, it's really nice. It's about probably the low 90s tomorrow around Sacramento. Upper 80s on Wednesday. And then we're talking low to mid 90s as we transition from one month to the next. And as we get into the big Labor Day weekend, temps will be in the low to mid 90s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So enjoy the next couple of days, then we'll warm it up just a little bit. Colleen?
All right, Dave, thanks. It's being called a sanctuary under the sky. Why some of the faithful are flocking to a drive-in church. Restaurants, banks, and pharmacies all offer drive-through service, so why not a church? A Texas pastor is offering drive-up Sunday services as a new way to reach the faithful. Sean Gables has the story.
Under the glaring Texas sun and near triple-digit heat,
hope everybody has air conditioning.
Churchgoers like Gene Shull grab a worship bulletin, tune car radios, and focus on the view in front of them.
This is the first time I've ever worn shorts to church.
Gene and a group of others have parked their cars outside Lovejoy High School in Lucas, for what they are calling a sanctuary under the sky.
Well, this is nice. Yeah. We love it.
Without ever getting outside of the car, parishioners basically drive to their favorite spot, park their cars, and sit behind the wheel for an unconventional form of worship that includes music, prayers, and a full sermon.
This is the first go-round. We're giving it a shot, seeing how it goes. So we have church outside, church under the sky, and then we go inside and try it all again.
Dottie Claybrook says the direct contact with nature appeals to her. She's turned off by mega churches and open groups and prefers a more intimate setting, alone, in her car. She realizes folks may criticize the idea, but she has faith in the pastor.
David's a good guy.
Trying to find the hardwired mics.
Great guy. He is.
This is the third drive-through church David Ray, pastor of Presbyterian Church of the Master, has launched, with a primary mission of reaching the unchurched, a move he claims Jesus would love.
I think he'd like it. His stuff was outdoors. A lot of the trouble he had was indoors. Inside the church.
In tonight's Bender Show Ender, she's 5 and she reported live on the arrival of Irene. Next. In tonight's Bender Show Ender, I think I've met my weathercaster match. Meet 5-year-old reporter in training, Jane Hallbridge. Now, she offered weather updates throughout the entire weekend as Irene affected her hometown of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Just listen.
This is my last report because it's my bedtime. It is really raining. The wind has picked up. This is the biggest ever has it been. Everybody take care and please stay inside. Otherwise, you might blow away.
Good reporting. Jane says both she and her puppy were very concerned about flooding, and after seeing Jane, now I'm very concerned about my future and my job. She did a good job. She's way inland, so it wasn't an issue, with strong winds and whatnot, but I like her multiple